Right, as usual, this is pretty unrehearsed, but so the weekend has held a few glimmers of hope, but also been dashed at the last minute. We have got working exhaust cams. The inlet cam is still not playing ball. So the ECU uses the inlet cam to trigger sync, and the exhaust cam purely to control its position. So I'll tell you what, we go through stuff on the computer and see what we think. So, hopefully all being well, you'll be able to see what's going on. Right, let's have a look. So previously I was talking about the TJZ trigger, which looks like this one, and it appeared to be working properly, but actually what was happening, it turns out the TJZ trigger isn't what I thought it was. Toyota during this period had actually had 6 or more different cam triggers. The TJZ is actually 120 degree spacing, so although it looked like it was working, actually it was coming up with trigger errors every time the cam rotated. What I need is this one, which is effectively 4 minus 1, so it's missing 1 teeth, and it can see 3 at 90 degree intervals. And that's not working at the moment. The exhaust cam's fine because it doesn't actually care what cycle it's on. It doesn't care if it's on the compression stroke or the exhaust stroke or whatever. All it does is you can give it a range. What I've done is I've used, in the trigger page, there is the cam 2 settings, and I've just used the primary tooth range and given it a range of teeth to look between, so like a window. So it starts looking at this point, and then okay, he says counts along, in this case it's 17 teeth, so it counts across 17 teeth and looks for a tooth in that window, and it doesn't actually matter where it is in that window, as long as it sees it, then it's all good. The inlet cam's more complex. It should work, the settings are there for it to work. It's got a missing tooth function in the secondary trigger settings, so missing tooth. I've run this multiple times now in various different setups, and it just doesn't work. It loses sync on every cycle and goes to default settings pretty much. The engine runs fine, but you're unable to control the cam because it doesn't know where it is effectively. This is a big issue. I'm going to continue communicating with ECUmaster on it, but I haven't had any proper information back from them yet. I'm communicating with both their headquarters in Poland, and also with the guys who are on the Facebook pages and what have you. It's kind of difficult. It feels like the knowledge actually isn't there. The questions I'm asking aren't being answered. Every time that I put up a data log, the calibration, and any scope settings that I've got, what I'm finding is that the response is that there are other problems in the calibration. These are issues that I know about. I'm working through things, and I'm also moving settings around a lot to attempt to get a good setup. So the logs and things that are put up it's not necessarily perfect, but the questions, people aren't looking in the specific areas where I'm having the problems, and that's frustrating. That is frustrating. I'm hopeful that we'll come up with a solution in the next week or so. If not, there are going to have to be some quite difficult decisions made about the system that I'm running, I think, because this at the moment just isn't working. It's very frustrating. Yeah, that's literally all I've done is push buttons this weekend. I mean, it's fun, it's good, because I mean I've got the exhaust cam working perfectly, and the control for that's mega. That's working absolutely fine. I just want it to work on the inlet cam as well. It should be just as easy, but it's not. That's pretty much it. I haven't got much else to say this week because I'm really frustrated. Maybe more next week. Cheers guys, bye.